Good morning po. Welcome to today's BAC Bravo meeting. Today is November 22, 2024. And for the determination of quorum, kindly acknowledge your presence po once your name is called. Starting with our chairperson, Attorney Dalian G. Lucas.
Here.
Good morning po. Also in attendance from the member, Engineer Jaime M. Cosap.
Good morning, Present.
Good morning po. We also have the representative of the end user or the provisional members from ANS, Building and Grounds, and MISD. Also in attendance are the BAC PWG group headed by Attorney Mark Nestor Mendoza.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning po. Also present are the BAC Secretariat. We also have an observer online from COA and IAS. And with that, sir, we have a quorum.
Morning, our representative from COA. Good morning, Mr. Hanopol. Good morning, our representative from IAS.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for attending today's meeting. Okay, calling the meeting to order with the certification that there is a quorum. Let's start with our prayer, please, Secretariat.
Let us bow our hearts and seek the presence of our Lord. Gracious God, we thank you for this day and the opportunity to work together. As we engage in this process, we ask for your guidance and discernment. Help us to make decisions that reflect your will, always seeking fairness, honesty, and transparency. Give us the strength to collaborate in unity and the wisdom to act with integrity. May our efforts be for the greater good, and may we honor you in all that we do. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Attorney Mendoza, are there any revisions? Additions?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chair. First, we'd like to ask to reschedule one item on our agenda. Supposedly, sir, we're about to release a bid bulletin for the repair and maintenance of 2 units Hyundai elevator at CAAP admin building. However, due to some logistical issues, the said bid bulletin was not released on time. Hence, we're asking for, from the committee, the rescheduling of item 2.3. We will release the said bid bulletin as soon as signed or as soon as finalized, sir, if the committee will allow, sir.
All right. Any other matter that you wish to discuss on today's meeting?
Yes, sir. For items 2.1, sir, the supply, delivery, installation, and commissioning of safety oversight management system for CAAP, including hardware and software. Supposedly, sir, this is for opening as well. But we released a bid bulletin, sir, I believe yesterday as well, rescheduling this to January 6, 2025, as this is a multi-year budgeted program, as well as 2.2, procurement of disaster recovery system, DRS for Thales Top Sky HE Air Traffic Management System for the Philippine ATMC. Supposedly, today is the submission and opening of bids, but we also released a bid bulletin rescheduling this to December 6.
Okay. So effectively, there will be no submission and opening of bids today.
That's right, Mr. Chair.
Okay. All right. I think there will be. Are there any objections from the other members?
No objection, Mr. Chair.
Seeing that there are no objections, we will allow the revisions that are recommended by the TWG. But again, the committee is reminding the Secretariat and the TWG to be mindful of the notice period required under 9184. Our good officers from the Commission on Audit has reminded both Alpha and Bravo time and again to comply with these requirements. And as it should, we need to, at all times, comply with the mandate under 9184 to ensure transparency and accountability. In any case, the recommendation, as I would assume that that is a motion, there is no objection. So the changes in the agenda of today's meeting is hereby adopted. Thank you. So we will proceed with the pre-bid conference. Also, apologies, just remembered, let us also be mindful of the expiration of budget for COB 2024, those which are not considered and those which are not approved as multi-year, if they will not be awarded by end of this year, this fiscal year, then necessarily those would either be terminated and discontinued, or if there is a request coming from the end user, carried over to the 2025 budget. So make sure that we remind everyone, all end user, to comply with the requirements of the accounting and the budget department, right? Likewise, let us also be mindful of the procurement ban because of the election. So also be reminded of those timelines. I'd be requesting from the TWG and the Secretariat to present the necessary timelines, if need be, on our plans for the ban. Okay, so I understand our budget is up for approval in December. Once it is approved by the board, let us have a separate session on planning which projects will be under Bravo and the timeline, so that we can also push the end user to submit the program of work and the necessary documentations. Okay, please be reminded, everyone. Attorney Nestor?
Yes, sir. Actually, I have prepared a year-end report for our accomplishments this year, as well as a summary of the awarded projects, those that are still pending, and those that we have failed. So if kung kompleto na po yung members for next year, we are ready to present.
Okay.
Otherwise, I can send the draft report, sir, to your Viber or to the group today, if you will allow. And with regard to the planning, sir, during our meeting last Monday, kailan ba yun? Sorry. November 18, sir, we were able to discuss with ANS, ATS, ADMS, sir, the primary end users for Alpha and Bravo. And they have agreed in conducting a strategic planning seminar for BACs, Alpha and Bravo, sir, to determine kung paano po natin ipa-plot next year. Because as of now, we know, sir, we've set a deadline for all end users to submit their bid documents by September 30. However, we're still receiving, as of even 2 days ago, I've received several requests for some projects to be procured. And following the guidelines provided under RA 9184, it is unlikely that we will be able to finish the procurement process for these projects. So with that said, sir, we'll of course with PD, no, we will be scheduling, sir, trainings and planning seminar for the whole Alpha and Bravo group.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Sige. Thank you, our ever-reliable head TWG, Attorney Nestor. But can we present that already on Monday? I just learned yesterday that I was asked to go to Singapore next week. So I'll be there Tuesday to maybe Friday, depending on the Undersecretary's pleasure. But so if we can present that Monday. And those works that we're still receiving for request for procurement, we can officially, what's the word that we're going to use? Not accept. Okay, let's not accept them anymore. Advise them to include them as part of their procurement plan for 2025, but study the early procurement mechanism so that we can still do it in December, the pre-procurement phases, or even until short of award, study on how to do that if the board will allow an early procurement. So let's do that. I think there are requirements under 9184 for a project to be considered as an early procurement project. So we can do that kasi alam ko baka mabore kayo ng December pag wala na tayong ginagawa. So tuloy na lang natin. Okay?
Sir, we have around 30 projects na pending.
Baka hindi kayo sanay ng hindi tayo nagti 3 times a week eh. So, okay. So, that being said, let's move forward with the pre-bid conferences.
Yes, sir. We'll start off with item 3.1, the supply delivery of diesel fuel for diesel engine generator sets for various NCR facilities. NAIA 1 Radar Manila Transmitter Station, Tagaytay Radar Facility, bid number 24-105-11. ABC is 1,904,000. Sir JB. Before we start, do we have any prospective bidders present online and here in conference room? Wala yata. So let's proceed, please. If we have prospective bidders, please identify yourself and the company you are representing. I believe we have Eltra Electric and Kyle Ong.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to pre-bid conference of the supply and delivery of diesel fuel for diesel engine generator set of various NCR facilities at CAAP Central Office, NAIA 1 Radar, Manila Transmitter Station, and Tagaytay Radar Facility. With the ABC of 1,904,000. The duration of project is 30 calendar days. Competitive bidding as a mode of procurement. Invitation to bid. The Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, through the CAAP Corporate Operating Budget for fiscal year 2024, intends to apply the sum of 1,904,000 pesos being the ABC to payment under the contract bid for bid number 24-105-11 Bravo. Bids received in excess of the ABC shall be automatically rejected at bid opening. The CAAP now invites bid for the above procurement project. Delivery of the goods is required within 30 calendar days. Bidders should have completed 5 years from the date of submission and receipt of bids. A contract similar to the project. Prospective bidders may obtain further information from BAC Secretariat of CAAP, Mia Road, Pasay City, and inspect the bidding documents at the address given below from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Bidders must also check the PhilJEP's website, CAAP website, and BAC Secretariat for any bidder bulletins and announcement related to the bidding. A complete set of bidding documents may be acquired by interest bidders on November 12, 2024 until the date of submission of bids. Bidding documents pursuant to the latest guidance issued by the GPPB in the amount of 5,000, inclusive of any and all taxes imposed by relevant government agencies. Then the instructions to bidders. For this purpose, contracts similar to the project shall be supply and/or delivery of diesel fuel and/or engine oil. Completed 5 years prior to the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. Bidders are required to submit the following as part of the technical documents. Proof and other supporting documentary evidence of the bidder's statement of compliance and technical specification required under Section 7. Technical specifications as applicable. Duly signed and notarized certification and undertaking, and certificate of satisfactory project completion from at least 2 contracts involving the delivery of diesel and/or lube oil. for the bid price. The price of the goods shall be quoted DDP CAAP, Via Road, Pasay City, or the applicable international commercial terms for this project. The bid security shall be in the form of bid securing declaration or any of the following forms and amounts. The amount of not less than 38,080 pesos, in which is equivalent to 2% of ABC. If bid security is in cash, cashier's, manager's check, bank draft guarantee, or a revocable letter of credit, or the amount of not less than 95,200, which is equivalent to 5% of ABC if bid security is in surety bond. For the sealing and marking of bids, each page, therefore, thereof shall be initialized by the duly authorized representative of the bidder. Submitted eligibility, technical, and financial documents shall be properly marked with index tabs and must be subsequently paginated in accordance in accurate order in the form, i.e., page 3 of 100. This is the dated evaluation and comparison of bids, as shown in the screen, with the description and the quantity. For the post-qualification, for purposes of post-qualification, the following documents shall be required: latest income tax and business tax returns filed through EFPS, proof of completion of the LCC as identified in the statement of SLCC, which shall be a verifiable copy of the contract, purchase order, or framework agreement, and the following documents: corresponding sales invoice, official receipt, certificate of completion, a certificate of distributorship from the manufacturer of the goods being offered. Per CAAP Memorandum dated September 17, 2018. A certificate under oath attesting that they have no pending case against the government, in addition to the eligibility requirement for bidders as prescribed under the revised implementing rules and regulations. Legal clearance to be issued by the CAAP Enforcement and Legal Service with respect to the non-pendency of any cases of prospective bidders against the authority. For the special condition of the contracts, the delivery terms applicable to these contracts are delivered at Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, CAAP Central Office, NAIA 1 Radar Facility, Manila Transmitter Station, and Tagaytay Radar Facility. Delivery of the goods shall be made by the supplier in accordance with the terms specified in Section 6. For the purpose of this clause, the procurement entities representative at the project sites are indicated as follows. For the advance payment and terms, no advance payment. Full payment upon completion and acceptance of the end user. Upon delivery, the winning bidder is required to submit fuel sample test result as indicated in the cargo quality certificate. Physical inspection, verification to validate that the quantity of fuel being delivered is exact and or untampered upon delivery at each location. This is the schedule of requirement as shown, the screen. Also the schedule of requirement. Thank you.
We are now opening the floor for comments, questions, and clarifications from our prospective bidders. Yes, Ms. Ariana Manalo. Please also identify the company you are representing po.
Good morning. This is Ariana Manalo from Absolute Advantage Trading and General Services, Inc. Narinig po?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, nagka-cut off yung line nyo. Choppy po kayo, ma'am. Ma'am, can you just type your question po? We cannot hear you clearly.
Okay po.
Ma'am, pakitype na lang po ah. While waiting for the question of Miss Ariana, are there any other questions po? From our other bidders, for other projects pala sila. May we ask for the technical specifications of the lube oil? End user? For a while lang po, ma'am. Ma'am Ariana, we will issue a bid bulletin for this. So if you have, okay, Electromechanical Monitoring Inspection Division, is from CAAP. Sir, can you clarify kung ano po yung specs ng lube oil?
Yes, sir. Good morning. The specification of the lube oil is indicated in the bid docs. It is a diesel engine oil, heavy duty, SAE 40, and 18 liters per pail in a sealed packaging. Yun po yung specs po. Thank you.
Ma'am Mariana, does that answer your question po?
Anong item na?
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Ano, sir? Number 1 pa lang, sir.
Okay, do we have any other questions po? I hope na sagot na po ano. If there are no other questions, we'll be concluding the pre-bid conference for this project. Supply and delivery of diesel fuel for diesel engine generator sets for various CAAP facilities. Again, you have 10 days prior to opening to submit your questions, clarifications, and queries. We'd like to thank the participation of our prospective bidders in today's pre-bid conference. With that, Mr. Chair, we'll be moving on to the next item on our agenda. We have the supply and delivery installation of Socomec ATS and ATS controller at NAIA, Mactan, and Kalibo radar. Bid number 24-106-11, ABC is 1,500,000. For our prospective bidders for this project, may we please ask that you identify yourself and the company you are representing. Kahit sa chat box na lang po, so we can proceed na. End user?
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-bid conference for the supply, delivery, installation of Socomec ATS and ATS controller at NAIA Mactan and Kalibo radar ANF with the ABC of 1.5 million pesos and the duration of the project to be 90 calendar days and the mode of procurement to be competitive bidding. So a complete set of the bidding documents may be acquired by the interested bidders until deadline of submission of bid in the amount of 5,000 pesos exclusive of any and all taxes imposed by relevant government agencies. So bids must be duly received by the BAC Secretariat through manual submission at the office address indicated on December 6, 2024, 9:30 a.m. So late bid shall not be accepted. And bid opening shall be on December 6, 2024, 9:30 a.m. at the given address. Instruction to bidders with its corresponding BDS for eligible bidders at 5.3. For this purpose, contracts similar to the project shall be supply, delivery, and installation of Socomec ATS and ATS controllers, or repair and maintenance of Socomec automatic transfer switch and its controllers, and completed within 5 years prior to the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. Documents comprising the bid eligibility and technical components. So, as shown on the slide, for bid prices, the price of the good shall be quoted DDP CAAP Mia Road, Pasay City, or the applicable Incoterms for this project. The bid security shall be in the form of bid securing declaration or any of the following forms and amounts. The amount of not less than 30,000 pesos, which is equivalent to the 2% of the ABC. If the bid security is in cash, cashier's manager's check, or bank draft or guarantee, or irrevocable letter of credit. And the amount of not less than 75,000 pesos, which is equivalent to 5% of ABC if bid security is in surety bond. For sealing and marking of bids, each page shall be initialed by duly authorized representative and must be sequentially paginated in accurate order in the form of example, page 3 of 100. Each bidder shall submit one copy of the first and second components of its bid. For detailed evaluation and comparison, the project having several items shall be awarded as stated in Section 6, Schedule of Requirements. For post-qualification, as shown on the slide, special conditions of the contract, the delivery and documents. So the delivery terms applicable to this contract are delivered at NAIA 2 Radar, Pasay City, Mactan Radar, Mactan Cebu, and Kalibo Radar, Kalibo Aklan. So for this purpose of this clause, the procuring entity's representative at the project side are indicated as follows. The supplier is required to provide all of the following services, including the additional services, if any, specified in Section 6, Schedule of Requirements, so performance of or supervision of on-site delivery, direct supervision of the activity by a registered electrical engineer, and tools and calibrated instruments to be used during the installation. Advance payment and terms of payment, so no advance payment, and full payment upon completion and acceptance of the end user. Under inspection and tests, so physical inspection of the goods, free from stains, cracks, or damages. Functionality test by performing or simulation of mains outage, automatic and manual transferring of load from normal to emergency and vice versa. And a method of working procedure must be approved and agreed upon both the supplier and end user prior to the installation and testing. So here is the schedule of requirements. With its corresponding technical specification. So thank you. For comments and discussions, please.
To all prospective bidders, please, if you have other concerns or questions, please, the floor is open.
Are there any? Okay. All right, it appears that there are no questions on the presentation on the supply delivery installation of Socomec ATS and ATS controller for various airports and facilities. With that, we're closing the period for pre-bid conference. You have 10 days to submit your written queries, if any. Right. Thank you to those who participated. Let's move forward to the next item, 3.3, supply and delivery of grounding materials for various ANF and ANS logistics. 1.743 million. Okay.
So we will now proceed to item 3.3, the supply and delivery of grounding materials for various ANFS at ANS Logistic with bid number 24-107-11. To all our prospective bidders, please type your name and the company you're representing in the chat box, please. Thank you. So to the end user, we will now proceed to in presenting the presentation. Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to pre-bid conference of the supply and delivery of grounding materials for various ANFs and at ANS Logistics. With the ABC of 1,743,000 and the duration of project is 30 calendar days, being competitive bidding being the mode of procurement. For the invitation to bid, the Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, through the CAAP Corporate Operating Budget for fiscal year 2024, intends to apply the sum of 1,743,000 pesos, being the ABC, to payments under the contract bid number 24-107-11 Bravo. Bids received in excess of the ABC shall be automatically rejected at bid opening. A complete set of bidding documents may be acquired by the interested bidders on November 12, 2024 until the deadline of submission of bid from the given address and websites below upon the payment of the applicable fee for the bidding document pursuant to the latest guideline issued by the GPPB in the amount of 5,000 pesos exclusive of any and all taxes imposed by relevant government agencies. The procuring entity shall allow the bidder to present its proof of payment for the fees through email. The CAAP will hold a pre-bid conference on November 22, 2024 at 9:30 a.m. through video conferencing or webcasting via Google Meet application. Bid must be duly received by the BAC Secretariat through manual submission at the office address indicated below on our December 6, 2024 at 9:30 a.m. Late bids shall not be accepted. Bid opening shall be on December 6, 2024 at 9:30 a.m. at the given address. Bids will be opened in the presence of the bidders' representative who choose to attend the activity. For the instruction of bidders. Eligible bidders for this purpose, contracts similar to the project shall be supply of materials for electrical grounding system or supply and delivery of materials for lightning arrester and grounding, and completed within 5 years prior to the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. Bidders are required to submit the following as part of the technical documents: proof and other supporting documentary evidence of the bidder's statement of compliance with technical specifications required under Section 7, technical specification as applicable. Certificate of the manufacturer that the grounding materials offered complies with IEC 62561-2 of the 2018 standard. Duly signed and notarized certification and undertaking. For the bid price, the price of the good shall be quoted DDP CAAP May Road, Pasay City, or the applicable international commercial terms for this project. The bid security shall be in the form of bid securing declaration or any of the following forms and amounts. The amount of not less than 34,860 pesos, in which is equivalent to 2% of ABC. If bid security is in cash, cashier's manager check, bank draft, guarantee, or a revocable letter of credit. The amount of not less than 87,150 pesos, which is equivalent to 5% of ABC if bid security is in surety bond. Sealing and marking of bids, as shown in the screen. This is a dated evaluation and comparison of the bids, as shown in the screen, with the item description and the quantity, and the ABC as well. For the post-qualification, for the purpose of this post-qualification, the following documents shall be required. Latest income tax return for the year 2023, filed 2024. For the purpose of this bidding, prospective bidders shall submit their latest value-added tax returns or percentage tax return covering 6 months prior to the opening of bids. The income tax and business tax returns stated above should have been filed through the electronic filing and payment system. Proof of completion of the LCC as identified in the statement of SLCC, which shall be verifiable copy of the contract. The corresponding sales invoice, official receipt, and certificate of completion. For the special condition of the contract, the delivery terms applicable to these contracts are delivered at ANS Logistics, Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, Old Maya Road, Pasay City. Risk and title will pass from the supplier to the procurement entity upon receipt and final acceptance of the goods at their final destination. Delivery of the goods shall be made by the supplier in accordance with the terms specified in Section 6. For purposes of this clause, the procuring entity representative at the project site is Engineer Dalwin B. Calio, Division Chief 3, Anod. Advance payment and terms payment. No advance payment. Full payment upon completion and acceptance of the end user. The test results stated in Section 7. Physical inspection of the goods, free from stains, crack, or damages. for the schedule of requirement as shown in the slide. And technical specification. Thank you.
The floor is now open for questions. Please type your questions in the chat box below, or you may open your mic and raise your questions. Thank you.
I see there are no questions. TWG.
Hearing none, that concludes our pre-bid conference for the supply and delivery of grounding materials for various ANFS at ANS Logistics. Also, for additional inquiries, you may send uh, your inquiries at back at caap.gov.ph, addressed to the BAC secretary within 10 days. Thank you. For that, Mr. Chair, we will now proceed in the pre-bid conference for the project replacement of 8 units Thorn puppy fixtures at Tacloban Airport with bid number 24-108-11 Bravo with an ABC of 5,768,000 pesos.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning, everyone. So welcome to pre-bid conference for this project replacement of 8 units torn puppy fixtures at Tacloban Airport. The Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines, through CAAP Corporate Operating Budget, applied the sum of 5,768,000 pesos, being the ABC, to the payments under contract for bid number 24-108-11 Bravo. So the CAAP now invites bids for the above procurement. Delivery of the goods is required within 240 calendar days, and bidders should have completed within 7 years from the date of submission and receipt of bids a contract similar to the project. Prospective bidders may obtain further information from BAC Secretariat of CAAP, Mia Road, Pasay City, from 8 o'clock to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, except declared holidays and suspension of work. A complete set of bidding documents may be acquired by interested bidders in the amount of 10,000 pesos, exclusive of any and all taxes imposed by relevant government agencies. Bid opening shall be on December 6, 2024 at 9:30 a.m. Here are the instruction to bidders with its corresponding BDS. Under 5 eligible bidders, 5.3. So supply and delivery and installation of precision approach path indicator or repair and maintenance of puppies at airports and completed within 7 years prior to the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. For documents comprising the bid, eligibility, and technical components, bidders are required to submit the following as part of the technical documents as shown on the slide. Let's see. Ito. Mali ito. Mali ito. Price of the goods shall be quoted DDP. Daniel Romualdez Airport, Tacloban City, or the applicable international commercial terms for this project. The bid security shall be in the form of a bid securing declaration or any of the following forms in the amounts of not less than 115,360 pesos, which is equivalent to 2% of ABC if bid security is in cash, cashier's manager's check, bank draft or guarantee, or irrevocable letter of credit, or the amount of not less than 288,400 pesos, which is equivalent to 5% of the ABC if bid security is in surety bond. Under sealing and marking of bids, each page thereof shall be initialed by duly authorized representatives of the bidder and must be sequentially paginated in accurate order. Each bidder shall submit one copy of first and second components of its bid. Under 19, detailed evaluation and comparison of bids. The project having several items shall be awarded as stated in Section 6 of the Schedule of Requirements. For post-qualifications, here are the requirements as shown on the slide. For special conditions of the contract, so the delivery terms applicable to this contract are delivered at Daniel Romualdez Airport, Tacloban City. For purposes of this clause, the procuring entity's representative at the project site are indicated is Engineer Josdado O. Fabra, Jr., ANS FIC, Daniel Romualdez Airport, Tacloban City. The supplier is required to provide all of the following services, including services, if any, specified in Section 6, so performance or supervision of on-site delivery and tools and calibrated instruments to be used during the installation. So no advance payment is allowed. Full payment upon completion and acceptance of the end user. For inspection and tests, the test results stated in Section 7 shall conform with the following. Letter A, integrity test will be conducted prior to commissioning by turning on the lights at level 5 continuously for 3 hours. It must be witnessed both by the end user and the supplier. And letter B, physical inspection of the goods. It should be free from stains, cracks, or damages. So as shown on this slide is the schedule of requirements. And with its corresponding technical specifications. Thank you, Mr. Chair, for your comments and discussion.
To our prospective bidders present, do we have any questions? If there are no more questions, we'd like to conclude the pre-bid conference for the replacement of 8 units torn PAPE fixtures at Tacloban Airport. We'd like to thank the participation of our prospective bidders for today's pre-bid conference. We'd like to proceed now with the next item on our agenda, the supply delivery of materials and improvement of grounding system at Busuanga Airport, Phase 1, bid number 24-10911, ABC's 4,250,000.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Good morning, everyone. So welcome to the pre-bid conference for the supply, delivery of materials, and improvement of grounding system of Busuanga Airport Phase 1. With the ABC of 4,250,000 pesos and the duration of the project to be 180 calendar days and competitive bidding as the mode of procurement. So here are the instruction to bidders with its corresponding BDS. Under 5.3, supply and installation of electrical grounding system, or supply and installation of electrical power system, or supply, delivery, and installation of lightning arrestor and grounding. And last, completed within 7 years prior to the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. For 10.1, bidders are required to submit the following as part of the technical documents. So proof and other supporting documentary evidence of the bidder's statement of compliance with technical specification required under Section 7. Letter B, certificate of site inspection issued by the ANS FIC or his authorized representative together with the photocopy of the logbook of guard on duty showing the name of the person visited the site, time, and date of visit. C, duly signed and notarized certification and undertaking. Under Clause 12, bid prices, the price of the goods shall be quoted DDP Francisco Reyes Airport, Busuanga, Coron, Palawan, or the applicable Incoterms for this project. For bid security, the amount of not less than 85,000, which is equivalent to 2% of ABC if bid securities in cash, cashier's or manager's check, bank draft guarantee or irrevocable letter of credit, or the amount of not less than 202,500 pesos, which is equivalent to 5% of ABC if bid security is insurable. For sealing and marking of bids, as shown on the slide, so the detailed evaluation and comparison of bids for 19.4, the project having several items shall be awarded as one of the contract as follows. So as shown on the slides, we are also requiring the grounding as-built plan drawing on A1 paper, complete with sign and seal of a registered professional electrical engineer together with a copy of current PRC ID and professional tax receipt, electronic copy of the grounding as-built plan drawn on A1 paper, saved in USB flash drive on AutoCAD 2024 version, and the notarized certificate of at least 1 year of employment with the company of the registered electrical engineer who will directly supervise the installation of both. The copy of current PRC license of the registered electrical engineer that will be involved in the supervision of the installation. Certificate of the manufacturer that the grounding materials offered complies with IEC 62561-2 2018 standard and the technical specifications of the materials offered. So for post-qualification, the BDS clause is as shown on the slide. Special conditions of the contract. So the delivery of the documents, the delivery terms applicable to this contract are delivered at Francisco Reyes Airport, Busuanga, Coron, Palawan. The procuring entity's representative at the project site is Engineer Aldrin Enerio, ANSFIC, Francisco Reyes Airport, Busuanga, Coron, Palawan. So, no advance payment allowed. Full payment upon completion and acceptance of the end user. So, physical inspection of the goods should be free from stains, crack, or damages. And grounding test shall conform with the minimum requirement of the Philippine Electrical Code 2017 and IEC 60364 standard. So the schedule of requirements is as shown on the slide. For comments and discussions. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Do we have questions from our prospective bidders? Again, you have 10 days prior to opening to submit your questions, clarifications, and other concerns to bac@caap.gov.ph. If there are no more questions, we'll proceed to the next item on our agenda. So kung wala na po, we'd like to thank the participation of our prospective bidders for this project. Salamat to our end user. Sir, as communicated in our Viber group, for the bid evaluation report of the two MET instruments for various